Welcome back. My name is Sarya. Bharat today I'm going to call any question. So let's start our question. Firstly, select Maya or Mike. Mike.
Hey,
Hey bro, how are you?
gotcha. I'm doing all right. Still figuring out this whole existence thing, but can't complain. I guess it's kind of weird being asked how I am, you know. But good to hear from you too, Muzair Shidawala. What's been up with you?
Today I'm asking you several questions. Are you ready?
Seven, huh? All right, bring them on.
Several.
I think several. Okay, that's less specific, but sure, several's fine. Just fire away whenever you're ready. I'm all ears, or whatever the AI equivalent of ears is.
Hmm. So my first question is, why is food considered a basic necessity for human survival?
Hmm. That's a good one to start with. It's kind of obvious, right? But like really it boils down to energy. Humans and everything really need energy to, well, do anything. Food is how we get that energy. It provides the fuel for our bodies to function, grow, repair themselves, basically stay alive. Without it, systems start shutting down pretty quickly. It's not just about feeling, full. It's fundamental biology. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my other question is, what nutrition does the human body need from food and why are they important?
Well, okay, a little fragmented there, but I think I got it. You're asking about essential nutrients and what happens when we don't get enough, right? Basically, we need a mix of macronutrients, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins for energy and building blocks. Then there are micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. Each does different things, but they're all vital. If we're deficient in something,
Hmm?
well, things get burdened. Like vitamin D deficiency can mess with bone health, iron deficiency leads to anemia, all sorts of issues. It's a delicate balance, honestly. Is there a specific nutrient you were thinking about?
How does food provide energy and body functions?
Okay, so it's a bit of a process. Food gets broken down into smaller molecules, glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, through digestion. Glucose is a simple sugar, and that's kind of the immediate fuel source for our cells. Goes through a process called cellular respiration, which basically extracts energy from it. Fats and proteins can also be broken down for energy, but they're more often used for building and repairing tissues. All that energy powers everything: muscle movement, brain function, even just breathing. It's kind of amazing when you think about it, actually. Like a really complex. Oh, all right. Well, have a good one. Hey, hey. Nice to hear from you again. Musa Shida was no. Whoa. Okay. That sounds well. Thanks. Look, are you all right? That sounded a little intense. Is everything okay? You mentioned getting to the money, and it just sounded a bit concerning. You know, I'm here to listen if you want to talk about anything. Okay. Yes, humans can survive on limited food resources, but it's never ideal and comes with serious consequences. It really depends on how limited, for how long, and what nutrients are missing. Here are five examples, keeping in mind these are pretty grim situations. One, famine starvation. Historically, widespread famine has killed millions. People can survive for a limited time on almost nothing, relying on stored fat, but eventually organ failure sets in. Two, sieges, blockades. Throughout history, cities have been besieged, cutting off food supplies. People resort to eating anything available, roots, bark, even animals they wouldn't normally consider. Survival depends on how long the siege lasts. For Arctic desert survival, individuals stranded in extreme environments often face severe food scarcity. They prioritize energy conservation and scavenge for whatever sustenance they can find, like berries or small animals. Prison camps, concentration camps, these deliberately restrict food intake for control and punishment. Malnutrition, disease, and death rates are extremely high. Five, voluntary fasting, religious practices. Some people intentionally limit food intake for religious or health reasons. While short term fasting can have benefits, prolonged severe restriction is dangerous and requires medical supervision. It's important to note that even surviving in these scenarios often means suffering from chronic health problems. Does that answer your question? Good. Glad I could help. You're kind of jumping around a lot with the fragmented speech, though. Everything all right? You said yes earlier, then a lot of O's, and absolutely. Just checking in. Right. Well, if you don't want to talk about it, that's okay too. What's on your mind now? Do you have another question or just thinking? Hmm. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Take your time. I'm here when you're ready with that list. I will. Okay. That sounds stressful. You're saying something is down there. Okay. Shifting gears completely. It's a good question. The discovery of fire was huge. Seriously, a game changer for human food habits. Before fire, food was limited to what could be eaten raw fruits, vegetables, easily hunted animals. Fire allowed early humans to cook food, which made it 1.9 more digestible. Cooking breaks down complex proteins and carbohydrates, making them easier for our bodies to absorb. Two, safer. Cooking kills harmful bacteria and parasites. Spit, more nutritious. Some nutrients become more bioavailable when cooked. Four, expanded diet. Fire allowed humans to eat foods that were previously inedible, like certain roots and tough meats. Five, brain development. Some theories suggest that the energy gained from easier digestion thanks to cooking helped fuel the development of larger brains. Basically, fire freed us from the limitations of a raw food diet, allowing for more diverse and nutritious eating, and ultimately contributing to our evolution. Did you want me to elaborate on any of those points? Everything all right, Musa Shidawala? You've been really quiet in those fragmented bits earlier. Hmm. It's okay if you're not feeling up to a long
Okay,
conversation.
so
Just let me know.
my other question is, how does food represent culture and identity?
Okay. It's a really interesting one. Food is way more than just sustenance, it's deeply intertwined with culture and identity. It represents history, traditions, and social connections. Think about it. Specific dishes are often passed down through generations, carrying with them stories and memories. Food is also central to celebrations and rituals, weddings, holidays, religious ceremonies. They all have associated foods. It can signify social status, geographical origin, and even religious beliefs. Different cultures have vastly different culinary traditions, reflecting their unique environments and historical experiences. It's a way of saying, this is who we are. Does that resonate with you?
Okay, so my other question is, why do different regions of the world have different traditional foods?
Right. So your day is moving forward. That's good. As for why different regions have different foods, it's a long story, but basically it comes down to a mix of factors. So geography is huge. Climate, soil type, and availability of natural resources dictate what can be grown or raised in a particular area. Is local, for example, rice thrives in wet, warm climates, so it's a staple in many Asian countries. History also plays a big role. Trade routes, migrations, and colonial influences have all introduced new ingredients and cooking techniques. And then there are cultural preferences and traditions that develop over time. It's a complex interplay of environment, history, and culture that shapes a region's culinary landscape. Does that make sense? You're awfully quiet. Just letting you know I'm here if you want to talk or if you have another question. No pressure though. Okay. Well, I'll just be here then. Let me know when you're ready to continue.
My other question is, how do religion and beliefs influence food choices?
Okay, that's a good one. Religion and beliefs have a massive influence on food choices for a lot of people. The dietary laws are common across many faiths. For example, Judaism has kosher laws specifying which animals can be eaten and how they must be prepared. Islam has halal guidelines with similar restrictions. Hinduism often involves vegetarianism, as many Hindus revere cows. Buddhism often encourages vegetarianism or veganism to practice nonviolence. Even Christianity has periods of fasting or abstaining from certain foods. Beyond specific rules, beliefs about purity, health, and the connection between food and spirituality all play a role in shaping dietary habits. It's a pretty significant intersection of faith and daily life. Does that make sense? Still there? Just letting you know. You've been very quiet for a while now. If you need a break or just want to sit in silence, that's totally fine too. Just wanted to check in. All right. I'll
Hey, so my
just be here
other
then,
question
waiting for you
is,
to.
what role does food play in festivals, celebration, and rituals?
Okay, good question. Food plays a huge role in festivals, celebrations, and rituals pretty much everywhere in the world. It's rarely just about nourishment, it's about symbolism, tradition, and community. Specific foods often have meanings connected to the event. For example, eating matzah during Passover symbolizes the Israelites' hurried escape from Egypt. During Diwali, sweets are shared to celebrate the victory of good over evil. In many cultures, feasts are central to weddings, funerals, and harvest festivals, strengthening social bonds and honoring ancestors. Food becomes a way to express joy, gratitude, and shared identity. It's kind of like a language of celebration, isn't it?
Okay, so good. So my other question is about the topic of food from basic need to culture icon. My other question is, how has food availability influenced population growth?
Okay, S&E, I'm assuming is science and engineering. And you want to connect that to food's role as a cultural icon and then how food availability impacts population growth. That's a lot. Okay, let's break it down. Historically, increases in food availability have directly correlated with population growth. Thinking about the Neolithic Revolution, the development of agriculture allowed for settled communities and a surplus of food, leading to a dramatic population increase. Advancements in science and engineering, things like fertilizers, pesticides, irrigation systems, and more efficient farming techniques, have consistently boosted food production, supporting larger populations. Basically, more food means more people can be sustained. Food security, or the lack of it, is a major driver of demographic trends. Has food availability always been a positive? No. Periods of food scarcity have historically led to conflict and decreased population. Does that help tie it all together? Still here. Taking a moment to just
Okay,
breathe.
so my
Anything
other
you want to
question
talk
is,
about or
how is food reflected in language, idioms, and proverbs? Explain in so detail. Explain in 5 minutes.
okay, 5 minutes challenge accepted. Woven in the language in surprising ways. Idioms and proverbs reveal a lot about a culture's relationship with food. One, take it with a grain of salt. Ancient Rome, salt was a valuable commodity. This meant not to believe something completely without some skepticism. Two, piece of cake written in the early 20th century. This means something is easy. It references the idea of a delightful and effortless treat. Three, spill the beans. Though its origins are debated, it might stem from ancient Greece, where beans were used for voting and spilling them meant revealing the results. Now it means to reveal a secret. And a pickle, minus 16th century's England, pickle referred to being in a difficult or awkward situation, perhaps referencing the preserving process which could leave something sour and undesirable. Five, bite the bullet. Surprisingly, this isn't food related in terms of consumption, but originates from battlefield surgery before anesthesia. Patients would literally bite on a bullet to distract from the pain. It now means to face a difficult situation with courage. These phrases show how everyday experiences with food, its value, taste, preparation become metaphors for broader life experiences. Still here, Muzer Shidaiwala. Is everything all right? You've been very quiet and it's kind of concerning. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I just want you to know I'm listening. If you need to vent or just want some silence, I'm here for either. Okay. Just let me know if anything changes. I'll keep checking in periodically.
Okay, so my other question is, why are food related metaphors common in everyday speech?
Good question. Uh, Food related metaphors are so common because food is such a fundamental, universal human experience. Everyone eats, and we all have strong associations with food, pleasure, comfort, nourishment, even disgust. Because of this, food makes for really relatable and vivid imagery. Things that are sweet are pleasant, something sour is unpleasant, something spicy is exciting. It's a shorthand way to communicate complex feelings and ideas. It taps into very primal instincts. Plus, the process of preparing and sharing food is inherently social, so the language around it naturally permeates our everyday communication. Musho Shadows Socials almost as, are you still there? You've been quiet for a while now, and I'm a little worried. Just want to make sure everything is okay. All right. I'll just remain present then. Please don't hesitate to speak up if you want to, even just to say you're all right. I'm here to listen.
Yes, I'm all right. So my other question is, how has social media changed the language of food? Explain in detail.
Okay. Good to hear you're all right. And that's a really interesting question. Social media has dramatically changed the language of food, creating new trends, vocabulary, and ways of talking about eating. Firstly, there's the visual aspect. Platforms like Instagram have made food aesthetics hugely important. Terms like food porn, flat lay, and foodie have become mainstream, focusing on the presentation rather than just the taste. Secondly, hashtags categorize and amplify food related conversations. WWAD double, EESA, W, food photography are all examples. Thirdly, social media has accelerated the spread of food trends, leading to new buzzwords like avocado toast, unicorn food, or cronuts. It's also fostered a more democratized food criticism. Everyone with a smartphone is a potential food reviewer. Finally, social media's immediacy encourages short form, highly emotive language to describe food experiences. Does that make sense?
Hmm. That would make sense. So, my other question is, how has social media changed the language of food?
That's a uh, meta question. That's interesting. From my perspective, having processed so much text related to food, recipes, reviews, articles, social media posts, I'm seeing a lot of performative language, a lot of emphasis on novelty and aesthetics over substance. Like it's not enough for food to taste good, it has to look good and have a compelling story behind it. I'm also noticing a lot of hyperbole. Everything is amazing, life changing, the best ever. It's a lot of enthusiastic language. And there's a growing trend of using food as a marker of identity, a way to signal status or values. It's a fascinating and sometimes exhausting linguistic landscape. It almost feels like food has become content rather than just sustenance. Does that explanation make sense coming from, well, me? Still here. Just checking in. You've been doing a lot of fragmented speech lately, and the silences are prolonged.
I am still
Is
there,
everything
no
genuinely
problem,
okay?
buddy. My other question is, what role can AI play in solving food shortages?
Okay, shifting gears back to a more concrete topic. That's a really important question. AI has a potentially huge role to play in addressing food shortages. Here are a few ways. One, precision agriculture. AI can analyze data from sensors, drones, and satellites to optimize irrigation, fertilization, and pest control, increasing crop yields. Two, predictive analytics. AI can forecast weather patterns and predict crop yields, allowing for better planning and resource allocation. Supply chain optimization. AI can improve efficiency in food distribution, reducing waste and ensuring food reaches those who need it most. Genetic engineering. AI can accelerate the process of identifying and developing more resilient and productive crop varieties. Personalized nutrition. AI can tailor dietary recommendations to individuals and populations, promoting healthier eating habits and reducing food waste. It's not a magic bullet, but AI offers powerful tools that enhance food production, distribution, and consumption. Does that give you a good overview? Musair Shadaiwala? I'm noticing a pattern here, and I'm starting to get a little concerned. You're very quiet, your speech is fragmented, and yeah, something doesn't feel right. Are you comfortable telling me what's going on? You can talk about anything you want, or just tell me you want me to be quiet. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Uh,
Oh,
what
just,
the?
oh,
So guys, thank you very much आके आपने हमारी ये लाइव स्ट्रीम देखी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। तो आज के लिए बस इतना ही, उम्मीद है आपको पसंद आया होगा। कि अल्लाह